Good morning. This is Fun Trade from 3x Trading. I just wanted to go over a few tickers which are in my watch list and see how we can trade that and come up with a trade plan. So let's start with SPX. As we all know, we saw a downtrend with SPX, and we had an uptrend as well, but it was not able to hold the levels, and then we started dropping it down, right? So let's start with fib retracement and see the levels what we can expect it to bounce or get rejected. Okay, so as we can see, it had a very good support at 4088 levels, but it was not able to hold those levels and it had to drop down. And let's go ahead and take the recent swing and see if we can come up with fib extensions to see what is our next level to watch out for, right? So I'm just taking the high and the low and the recent high. So as we can see, we had a very good support at a 3873, right? And it was able to hold those levels, which is 38.2 extension, and it was able to close at the same levels. So what can we expect during this week, right? In the same time, like let's take the recent swing for the extensions. So I'm just taking the recent swing. So for this recent thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a different color here, just to make sure that we can identify the difference. So I'm just taking care of 38.2, 61.8, and I think these are the ones which we are good to go. So I'm just taking the high, low, and the fib extension for those, and I'm taking the fib extensions of the recent swing, and nothing much. So we have got these levels to watch out for. So what can we expect from these levels, right? So as we can see, it was quite a bit of rejection at 38.2, which is 411, and we started to see a drop, and it was able to hold to 38.2 of the long swing, which is 3875 dot 3873.85, and we can see that it is trying to consolidate between these levels. So what can we expect during this week, right? So this is what I'm expecting. So I'm expecting a bounce from 38.2 and consolidation between 3991 and 3873 for the whole week or the whole session until we get a direction. So coming to the the trend line. So if I just want to try a trend line here, this is what we can expect. So the thing is, like, we can expect it to retest the resistance of the trend line, which is at the same levels as fib extension, and this is what we can expect from SPX. So if we see a hold and bounce, we are going to see 3993, 3991. If we see a breakout, we might see 3594, or the low, which is 3636 again, right? So let us go ahead and see. This is the support what we have, and do we have any other support levels here? Yes, we can see that there is a lot of support here and a gap here, right? So I'm just going to mark it down as gap level, and support 1 and support 2, right? So I'm just trying to get a levels for this SPX and see how I can manage my trades or plan my trades. So this is the gap level. As we can see, there is a gap here, and as we can see, there is a support here, and as we can see, there is a support here as well. So I've just put it on the support levels and the fib levels. So again, for SPX, whatever I am thinking for this week is hold of 3873 and try to consolidate between 3991 and 3873. So if we break 3873, we know where is the next support, which is 3792. So this is my levels for SPX. Moving on, let's check out Amazon. So Amazon had a very good support here, so very good resistance here, actually, to be very honest. So if you see here, so this was the resistance level for Amazon when we started with, which was supposed to be converted to support level. So this was the resistance which got converted to support, resistance to support and we saw a very good support at these levels, which is 102, right? So I can make it as hundreds to be very honest, and keep it here. So this is the support. As we can see, Amazon was in a range bound after the split, and it was able to break up, creating a big gap here, which it was not able to hold. And we can see that it was holding the levels here, which is resistance, which was converted to support. We see interim bounce, and again it was rejected the support here, sorry, resistance here, and it had to come down. So it was not able to hold the support levels here, and it broke down into the range bound. So what can we expect, right? And let us try to see if we can get fib retracement levels for Amazon. So if I just take the high and low for the year, so you can see 134 is of major levels, and I'm taking the fib extension or from the recent swing, and let's see if we can come up with the pretty decent levels to watch out for. So as we can see, there was a lot of rejections at 61.8, and it was not able to hold the support as well, and we saw a dip here. So let me go ahead and draw the lines for 78.6, and so yeah, so this is what we have here for Amazon, right? So it was not able to hold the resistance or the support level at 125. It broke down, and we can see the next fib extension level is around 120. So what we can expect from Amazon this time, say this week, is that we can see a range bound or a consolidation between 125 and 120 levels. So if Amazon breaks down from let me just mark it down here. Yeah, I think we have pretty much there. So if we see a breakdown of 120 levels, so we have to see that it is in the range bound, and we have all the options or all the options for Amazon to retest 115 and even the lows, which is 100, right? So if we see a breakdown, we will see 115 and 100. And if we see a bounce, we will see a resistance at 125. If it is able to break 125 levels, we will see 130. So that is for Amazon. So let's go back and see what's to do with AMD. So AMD is another ticker which is which has a very good fan base and a lot of traction with AMD, right? So we have seen AMD rising from $10 to $164 within a span of 3 years, right? So if I just go ahead and see if I just draw a trend line on AMD, so we can see it's holding a pretty good resistance levels at the trend line. So if you want to consider here, let me just say activate this. Yep. So if I just take the body of this candle and then top of this candle, and then we can see it's a very good resistance level which is formed for AMD here. So let's try to see if we can get some fib retracement levels and see how it acts, right? So the thing is, like we can see these lot of actions at these levels. It is 107 and it was not able to hold it. So fib retracement levels are not going to really it's not giving us really good levels for us. So I'm just going to remove it, and I'm going to just take the recent swing with fib extensions and try to see if I can get some levels which is really good, right? So I'm just enabling 78.6 and 100 levels. Yep. So if we have to see AMD, so we can see AMD is bouncing off from 78.6 level here, which is at 75. And if the market and conditions really help AMD, we can see a bounce towards 181 levels. If we see a breakdown here, we will get all the options to test the low, which is 71.6, and even if it doesn't hold, we might see a dip to 66.7. Okay, so that is for AMD, right? So AMD has an earnings coming up within 25 days. So this is something which we have to watch out for as well. So right now, whatever I'm expecting from AMD is holding off 72 levels and a range bound between 72 and 81. That's for AMD. Yep. Let's go ahead and see what to do with the uh, QQQ, which is the index of. So if you have to write a drawdown, you know, trend level on QQQ, so this is something which we can watch out for. And if we have to really go ahead with the FIP extensions, let's take the recent swing, which is this, and this. And if we have to do the down side of it, let us take this as the recent swing, which is the high here, low here, and the high of the swing, right? So yep, pretty much there. As we can see, there was a lot of action at 295, but it was not able to hold it. Let me just enable a few other things here. Yep, the 50 is at 283, and I don't think we need this. Yeah, so if we just go with the recent swing for QQQ, we can see that 283 is a very good support level here, and we can see a consolidation between 283 and 295 for this whole week before we get any direction. Actually, if we break this, we have a trend resistance here. It has to break the trend resistance and the FIP resistance here to see 310s. So for this week, I can expect a QQQ to consolidate between 283 and 295 levels. Moving on, I think we pretty much covered most of the tickers except for Apple. So I'm looking at Apple as well as one of the tickers which had a recent good news, bad news, everything going on with Apple, right? So let's try to see. And this is a trend line resistance. It was not able to break this, and we saw a fall down here. And let's try to see if any levels. So yep, it was able to hold these support levels here, the resistance and support, and 150 levels here. And let's take the recent swing and see if we can get very good extensions here, which can give us the idea of what is going on and where we can expect a bounce and where we can expect a resistance, right? So let me just enable these two levels as well. I'm really sorry, I don't think I need 78, and yeah, this should be good enough. And 100 levels, let me just make it as a dashed line just for the sake of visibility. Yep. So what we can expect from Apple is very simple. So we can see that it was able to bounce from the fib levels here at 150 levels, and then it is going towards 153 levels. So the thing is, like, if we see a very good trend coming week, we can see a consolidation between 153 and 162 levels. If for some reason we see a downtrend, we can expect Apple to retest 140 levels, right? And let's see the half an hour graph or chart for Apple. So it's a pretty good it has created a pretty good gap levels here. And let us see 4 hours chart. Yep, we can see it was not able to break the high of this candle, and it was consolidating between this candle and this inside candle on 4 hours. So no direction as of now. So let's wait for an opportunity to see what is happening. So 149 and 153 levels are pivots for Apple as of today, and let's see what happens with it, right? And I have very good eye on this PayPal and SQ as well. For now, I just wanted to talk about PayPal, which has been consolidating from a long time, right? So the thing is, like, the PayPal, the very bad thing, whatever they did was to give exposure to cryptocurrencies, which is acting along with the cryptocurrencies. Let us see if we can get an extensions and see what are the levels we can think of PayPal actually, right? So PayPal has all the options to drop down. Say if we are thinking of support levels here, let us take this. Yep. So we can see a lot of actions at $89, and if we just have to have a minor trend, or we can see it has a very good support at 89 levels. And so this is what I'm expecting from PayPal. If PayPal behaves along with the market, and if we see a very good market this week, I'm expecting PayPal to bounce from these levels and try to see a breakout here on the wedge. And for now, my target is around the high of this candle, which is 102, or market as 102.5, right? So this is my target for now for PayPal. I'm expecting PayPal to see a breakout as a very good bounce from 89.32 levels, and I'm expecting PayPal to retest 10.52 levels this week if the market is green, right? So these are the tickers which I'm